Welcome back, everybody. We are back. You are back. And I'm very happy to see that because Kangas is here as well, and we were hoping to see you.
Oh, absolutely. You're all beautiful, by the way. You're looking great in your quarantine PJs.
Absolutely.
Chilling at home. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Of course, we're happy to be doing this. It's amazing that we can still get this up and running. But we only got one game left, Riv. It's only 3:45. What's happening?
It is flying. We have had some barn burners today, so you don't have good insulation in your barn. Make sure you get that fireproof protection in there because we are flying. Each game has had a definitive winner as we went throughout the day. TSM, Cloud9, Immortals, and FlyQuest, and Counter Logic Gaming all flew through their games. And now we have our final game of the day. It's Team Liquid Academy versus Evil Geniuses Academy. So let's talk about it a bit before we can get to Champ and Select. Already, this is a battle of some of the best junglers that we have.
Oh, yeah. Surenfire impressed on Team Liquid on the LCS stage, filling in while Broxah was still having those visa issues. Now on the Academy team. And we also got Anda, who was starting LCS jungler for 100 Thieves for a while. So again, a lot of history from some of these players in Academy, but also an important thing to note, Team Liquid 7-7, Evil Geniuses 8-6. A win here for Team Liquid is so good for them going in towards that playoff contention. You're putting yourselves tied with Evil Geniuses, who currently own the head-to-head, and giving yourselves an option for that tiebreaker later on in the season, which we're assuming we'll have a few by the end. It's not impossible that we don't, but based on the clump we're seeing, everyone here means so much.
And as we're in Champion Select, obviously we'll talk about Surenfire and Anda a little bit more, but Evil Geniuses gets to premiere Giyu today in the mid lane. He has been waiting, and
the Lebanese legend himself, Giyu, subbing in. Thank you, Fire, for taking care of Evil Geniuses Academy throughout the first half of the split. But now they finally have the mid laner that they were hoping for the whole split, and I'm curious to see what the team looks like with this mid laner in particular. But let's get caught up on the ban so far. Team Liquid prioritizing a lot of what we've seen today. We've seen a lot of Sejuani, or a little bit of Tom Kench, but a lot of Ezreal. And they're also prioritizing Kalista. It's interesting to see so many blue teams first picking this.
It seems to be paired up with something safe. So they banned the Tom. Obviously won't see the Taric, I guess. It was what they're thinking, so they get a Taric. Yeah. You're not going to take Taric as Evil Geniuses.
Ideally not, unless you want to go...
Ornn is left up, but that's...
Maybe run it back, Soda Taric bot lane, try something like that.
Oh my word, please don't.
Hey, they're Evil Geniuses for a reason, Riv, you know? It's kind of in the title, but they do at least get the Ornn. This has not been banned throughout the day. It did get that slight nerf. You now have to be at one level higher than usual to actually get those upgrades, but he still has very strong stats along with the changes to Bummy Cinder, which make him very strong as well. They're also pairing with the tank and the Nautilus, so Evil Geniuses have a lot of engaged tools right now.
Already knowing what you have to go up against. So they're like, yeah, throw someone into us. It's cool. We're fine with that because these two will be up front. And when do they decide to? If you shuffle them away with his ear, but you're not going to show your first pick just yet. The Zoe is banned out. We usually see the Syndra being the other blind pick to go along with that, as Surenfire locks in the set for what would be Jenkins on that top side. Surenfire 6-2 with TLA since he joined, so definitely was able to put a bit of a spark there that he couldn't find in the LC.
Yeah, these guys were looking pretty rough at the beginning of the split, 1-5, but with Surenfire coming in, they've been on a tear lately, so expecting them to continue that climb, but maybe Evil Geniuses can hold them off. Okay, they don't lock in the Taric. This gives Evil Geniuses an option to ban that one out. Instead, they're prioritizing an older pick, the Aurelia locked in. It's been a while since I've seen this highly prioritized. I think the last time I saw it in Pro, Ericsson might have played it 2 weeks ago, but other than that, it's kind of fallen out of favor.
I want to see the Alistar now. I want to see Cow play Alistar. It just makes it. Make it happen.
Or the Blitzcrank, you know? Pull out the Ballista combo.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, man. There's been so many that have just gone to the wayside due to, like, it being the time in the release, and you have to try it anyways. I'd love to see it all again. What do we have here for second phase of bans, though? It's up to Evil Geniuses to roll their hand down.
You got to take out the Taric. That combo has seen a lot of play and also some success here. So it just makes sense to take that off the table, but they might save that till the end or ban out the Gragas instead.
There's Cass. And what is it? Two more. I'm
trying to focus down Giyu's mid lane pool here a little bit. I mean, it makes sense. A new player coming onto the stage. get him off of some of his comfort picks. And that's the thing, we don't have a lot of stats on this guy, especially in LCS. So Team Liquid clearly doing their research ahead of time, knowing that they don't want to deal with that one. But Evil Genius is leaving the Taric on the table. They're not afraid of it.
Gragas is up there. Yeah, Taric's out. Still have the Olafs recently. And the Jarvan there for Surenfire. So he's actually not feeling too pointed in what he has to go. And there's Pantheon. So even more junglers banned because they feel like Surenfire already has a pick that he wants to play. So we see them battling between, as we said it, two of the best junglers in Academy. They're going to try to drip each other down a little bit here and constrict the jungle.
And I mean, Evil Geniuses has been playing a lot of that J4. I wouldn't be surprised to see it locked in, but oh no, instead they go for the Elise. They want a little bit of AP damage. They already have that Misfortune. And this opens up their mid lane pool a little bit more, having this AP threat in the jungle role. And I mean, we've seen Elise played. It can have a huge impact early on.
Absolutely. A lot of tower dives can be thwarted, or the kills you would get would be thwarted by the repel of Elise and her spiderlings getting in there. Luckily, she drops first now because that was even more of a hair puller when her spiders did. And now we have Rikara getting locked in. Oh, I should sorry to say lock in that. Talia. And that's going to be probably going towards the mid lane. So we do see a pretty aggressive team here coming out. That could be the set jungle as Aurelia goes top. Or Talia.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can flex that around a little bit. You got the set, and it has seen some success in the jungle, but I honestly see Talia more as a jungler right now in this patch.
Right.
And it helps even out their damage index. You know, they have a lot of AD right now between the Kalista set and the Aurelia, so Talia kind of rounds that out a little bit more as they're staring down some tanks on the side of Evil Geniuses. But this allows Evil Geniuses to pick their final mid laner, not knowing what's going to be going into that mid lane as of right now. So honestly, I wouldn't mind them putting this Ornn in there. If they want to send the Renekton into whatever lane the set is, they can also flex around the Ornn.
So do you feel like there's enough pay?
Okay, there we go.
With just Elise?
It's just Elise, but there's no hard tanks on the side of Team Liquid that will really be able to build enough armor to make this impactful, if you know what I mean. I mean, Jenkins would be the closest one on that set, but even then, you don't want to build too much armor because eventually you still need to do some damage on your own. So I don't mind this too much from Evil Geniuses. True. And it seems like they're actually going to send the Renekton into the lane with the Aurelia. I don't mind this matchup either, and the Ornn can handle his own against Set. So Evil Geniuses, living up to their name, a genius and quite evil draft here, holding those solo lane picks till the very end.
I like it, and we see Gyu going on the non-traditional, just mage caster, what have you, even AD mid, but he's on a Renekton, known to be mid. Maybe even Bjergsen has maybe even played it. Who knows? But known to be just coming in now to bring out a different champion pool to start, which is awesome to see from this guy. So I'm really excited to see what he has to bring to the table, and you won't have to wait much longer. Champion Select is now over, and we are going to take a quick 5-minute break to keep that competitive integrity with the games preserved. So don't go anywhere. Please join us when the game comes back. Thank you so much for bearing with us. We are back. It's Riv and Kangas. We're about to go live with our last game of the day. That's Team Liquid versus Evil Geniuses Academy of the Academy League. Just to remind you, that 5-minute break we have after Champion Select is for competitive integrity, to preserve that and ensure that each one of these games is playing under the best competitive integrity that competitive integrity can offer.
Oh, the most competitive integrityness of competitive integrity is being offered right now, Riv. I can assure you that. 5 minutes delay, I know it's a little bit to wait, but hey, it also slows it down for us. These games have been going lightning fast.
Oh my word, they really, really have. If we didn't have these breaks, we probably could have fit 5 games within 3.5 hours. I don't even know, but these teams they were so ready to play coming in after the week, and we were so ready to watch. They knew. They gave us so much to ingest already, and we have another one.
And this one, Team Liquid versus EG, both still trying to hunt for that playoff spot. Team Liquid tied with that clump right now. TSM has separated itself, going 8-7. Team Liquid would love to join them rather than Immortals, who lost down. And Team Liquid's an interesting story. I mean, they 2-0'd Immortals, but they got 2-0'd by TSM. So they're kind of a rock, paper, scissors with those other teams that were the clump with them. And they also lost to Evil Geniuses last time around. So this win would mean so much for them, as they're still trying to lock in that final playoff spot. And only 4 games left to prove that they're worthy of it.
I believe that was actually Surenfire hopping in from the last one as well, because he had got in just before the half of the split. So seeing him be in that game, he knows he wants a little bit of revenge for himself. And we got to talk about this man in the mid lane. Gyu now here on the side of Evil Geniuses. First game on Renekton versus an Aurelia. I actually like AD matchups in the mid lane. It's a tight lane. You don't have very far to run, and you have to.
Yeah, and Gyu's doing just that already. Just duking it out with Yasui. That's a good trade from Yasui, though. But, I mean, Renekton's a counter into the Aurelia that we've seen in the past, especially in international competitions. I remember back when it was all, Aurelia, Akali, lane swaps between top and mid lane, and people realized, oh, we can just grab the Renekton. It does all right into either of them. So it kind of feels more like that, but you already getting that level 2 first, slightly ahead of Yasui here in the mid lane, who hasn't picked up any CS yet. Yu's doing a really good job of just controlling this wave.
He has missed 2 CS, 1 missed on the flaw dance, and he missed 1 himself, but he was just attacking, so you can't really go against him. You're going to take advantage in the lane. The CS isn't necessary, and it's still held just outside the turret. We'll see as Blade Surge is here for Yasui. He can start picking up some minions, and again, the set Ornn lane. We'll see who brings the pain on this one. If Brandini can keep dodging out the center highway of the haymakers, you basically can just womp on a set.
Yeah, you pack a lot of damage as the Ornn. Again, the changes were just to his upgrade. So instead of level 12, now it's level 13, where you upgrade your own item, and then all the team upgrades have gone up a level as well, plus your second self upgrade. So that just delays your power spike that you bring to your team, helping out those free stats. And that means that Set has a little more room to play around with the Ornn in the early game, but it's still difficult. Ornn still can pack a wallop, and we'll be able to impact these lanes that are mid lane, bot lane, doesn't matter. He can TP, he can use his ultimate from long range. Ornn's just packed so much value into his kit.
Oh, that's smart. Just watching it. You're like, thanks for the unnecessary damage, sir. Also, if you've ever watched Ornn, he just did it in front of you. I love how he, viciously hammers whatever he's building a few times and then flips his hammer in the air like he's going to come down righteously hard on it and just kind of gives it a little tap.
A little up tap right there, yeah. Just to end it out.
You gotta make it perfect. If you slam it, then who's gonna be able to
What I love is that when he uses that to make things that you wouldn't use a hammer on, like Negatron Cloak.
Oh,
like, what are you doing? Hammering a blanket? I'm not sure what's going on there.
Made out of leather, man. Use leather hammer.
True. You gotta shape it,
I mean, regular cloth can't just block magic. It has to be leather. Right? That's no, I think. Right. A little tussle in the jungle. Unraveled Earth doesn't really connect with Anda, but that electrocution did, and we see just how much damage Surenfire can do as he's huffing rocks over here off of his Q position, and he can just keep doing those hard volleys if he's not standing on one of his used areas. Ooh. Oh my word. Out of mana is Brandini. Out of mana is Brandini. And he'll just be able to build some more if he needs it.
Yeah, he's able to dodge out from that highway that you were talking about, though. Getting a little low. He's gonna have to be worried about that. That's the thing about, Set It's another top lane champion that doesn't require mana. You can just continually spam your abilities and do this to Brandini, who's really struggling right now in the top lane, about a wave and a half behind. But look at Giyu in the mid lane, getting the advantage of Yasui. There is a wave here. Yasui, both ignites popped. Can he take the first blood? Ooh. And Yasui gets it. In Giyu's first game, he comes up short.
The Defiant W actually saved quite a bit of damage he was about to receive. Really well played, firing that off immediately. And yeah, like you said, there wasn't really a wave to work with, so you knew Yasui wasn't jumping all over. Being standing still, he's able to take down Renekton, which is not an easy
And that's the thing, the little bit of extra damage from those minions is really what pushed it over the edge there for Yasui. Rough to see from Giyu, but hey, you can still come back from this. It's not too big of a differential between the two. It's really just the corrupting potion on Yasui right now, and Anda is nearby. Maybe they can look to punish Yasui here, but that's not how you want to start off your first game on the LCS Academy stage.
True. It's tough. I like the fact that he takes the fight, though, right? You're not tempered to just stay back and say, this isn't a lane I'm win. You're put on a champion that should fight, and we'll see if he does it again. A TL is looking to get in his head, though. The new guy comes back to lane. No, Anda! You didn't want that. He's going to try to get it under the turret quick enough as he just scuttles away, but TL knows exactly. New guy on the team. Continue to hit him up.
Giyu had the flash available, but didn't think he needed it. That was such a good CC from Surenfire, just pulling him back in.
Yep.
And then the death sentence from Kao, locking his death in for the team. That's another kill over to Yasui. This is terrible for Giyu in the mid lane now. You got the counter pick, and is getting punished twice as Yasui gets both of those kills, both of the gold income, and should just be able to run away with his mid lane matchup.
Yep. And it seems like, you know, Rikara and Kao pushed that quite early, knowing they got a first kill on Giyu. They said, hey, lane's pushed, we'll all walk up. Are you expecting a Thresh without Moby Boots to be in your mid lane this early? Nope. No, but it's happening. And there was Kao along with Rikara to make it happen. So, or I'm sorry, along with Surenfire and Yasui. So it's just really strong play coming out, and they're not even losing too much in the bot lane for it.
Yeah, and also that's just solo XP for Rikara to pick up there too. Will hit level 6 ahead of Deftly. Really should, as long as, you know, XP math holds true, but
all things work out.
Hey, at least Evil Geniuses, because they got priority bot side, they can also go for this dragon, but also Brandini in the top lane. Ooh, gets flash out of Jenkins. A lot of respect from the set player, realizing, yep, that Ornn does a lot of damage.
Yeah, that one was definitely going to sting. He's also just creating out the ruby crystals to say, sure, haymaker me a bit, that'll be fine. Try to dodge out the highway, just skirted out actually on that one. Ornn looks big. He's got his feet outside the line. He's set. He's
got his dancing shoes on. I see. Hey, I see what you did there. He's not set. Jenkins is set.
Got it.
There we go. There we go.
7.5 on this. Not too much action other than our first 2 kills coming from Yasui onto Giyu. And an assist for Surenfire and Kao on the rotation. So now things quiet down once again. We really haven't even had the Drake pressure going down to draw too much. It's really just been a grab up from Evil Geniuses. They had a bit of map pressure, and we'll see that next one coming up in around form.
Yep, it's a trade of gold for Dragon, essentially. They have the extra little bit of damage from this Infernal, but Team Liquid is up 1,000, particularly in that mid lane. And Yasui having that priority means that Team Liquid can play around a lot more of the map. They go for the Death Sentence onto Matt, don't quite land it. So Evil Geniuses, I believe they spotted out Surenfire there. They should know that the jungler is hanging around the bot side. What do they do with this information? They also have Anda down here, but looks like he's just going for a reset. Oh, no, he's sticking around. Death Sentence lands onto him. Here's the bullet time coming out from Misfortune, but a Fate's Call keeps Kao safe, keeps Kao alive, but he's taking a lot of damage. He'll has to come out from Rikara as Evil Geniuses turn the play around.
We've been able to throw him at Deftly's bullet time, but maybe that was a little too deep because they almost already lost Kao. So a quick decision. Everybody stays alive, so you can't call it wrong. And they're going to break away from that fight. But yeah, we're finally starting to get everybody testing the kind of items that they bought. Jenkins with the Scepter. If even another like Blade of the Rune King gets built in the top lane this game, I'm just going to question it.
Again, it's because of the bumps coming through. You get that 4% extra damage. Yeah. And honestly, against an Ornn, I don't hate it. He's building full health right now, has a little bit of armor too, which will build into that Bramble Vest, we assume, because you got to deal with that healing somewhere. But you get that percentage health damage against something like an Ornn. Jenkins actually packs a huge punch on this set, who, before this item was built or changed, could struggle to actually damage the orb.
It makes sense now, though. Instead of shooting swords, you're holding a sword. So for a melee guy, set all day.
It really does, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I love it when the item changes actually, you know, make sense for what the item is.
Every time there's item changes, I'll always remember Talon holding like 10 black cleavers. Or everybody holding 10 black cleavers in the memes. Here we go for Rift Herald. Just cresting our 10-minute mark. It looks like EG is going to be able to get onto this. Just short of Kyle's death sentence to be able to pick up any steal on that. And it is Onda, so he'll be able to dictate where that Rift Herald goes as they move around the map. Doesn't seem like too many swaps for just trinkets. It's kind of early to look, but just one sweeper on the team, 2 their trinkets on regular ports.
But Evil Genius is committing to that top side. They get that Rift Herald, and Team Liquid's actually a little behind in this play. They still have Ricard on the bottom half of the map getting that solo XP, but he's not getting any CS advantage over Deftly right now. So Evil Geniuses actually find a way to get a little bit of tempo. They might even look for a dive here out of Cow. He's all alone.
Oh, this is going to be bad. Matt for a shield. Turret aggro is on to Giyu first. No, it's on to Matt. Couldn't see the tether, and he gets out quite safe. Easily done by the team. Not too much being lost by Team Liquid unless they can put up some power in mid, and that is going to be Yasui pushing a wave, but doesn't know how much time he has to work.
This might be first turret for Evil Geniuses. There's no answer here from Team Liquid. Yeah, there we go. It's going to go over to Deftly. I believe that Unda's going to share a decent amount of that XP. Ooh, Giyu actually gets cut out. As he's rotating back to the mid lane, Yasui's here. Has the flash. That was smart from Giyu. I mean, you were dead if you didn't flash right there.
Yeah, all the resources we can see were used top, so he really didn't have anybody to help him. Tons of pink boards there for them to get the Rift Herald in. It was basically, hey, we're going home to buy, and that unfortunate catch of you roaming for what you thought was a safe jungle. It should be safe, but TL's not going to let that happen right now. On to here, coming to clear. Now we have that trinket switch, so I guess it was a good time to look because a lot more sweepers now involved in the inventories of both teams as we start to go for a few more objectives. 30 seconds onto Cloud, and we will get an idea of what will change our Rift.
Evil Genius is looking for the ability to prep these objectives with all these sweepers that they have. I expect them to group up eventually here. Yep, they're even sending Brandini down. They want to make sure that they don't give up this dragon. They already got the first one. That feels good. They just got a huge gold influx into their AD carry, Deftly, who completes the first item, whereas Ricard is still just sitting on a Vamp Scepter. So Evil Geniuses, if they group up as 5, should have a very strong team fight right at this point in the game. I like this from them. They just are establishing control around these lanes first, pushing out bot, pushing out mid, and now they're collapsing onto Team Liquid. Team Liquid's grouped up, but they got to be careful. They don't want to get corralled here.
This fight's going to last a while. They're trying to engage on the tankiest member as the Airborne back onto Yasui. He's going to go onto Onda, but he's a 3v1. This fight's going to be able to happen for EG for quite a while, and then they can turn around on the less tanky members of TL. But a great Dark Passage allows them to get out. Really nice spot. I definitely thought that was going more in the favor of
Yasui got a little too confident there, thinking, okay, I got the 2 kills. I got to go in. I got to make the highlight play. But he forgets Matt is right there on top of the carry and is able to CC him down. But they still keep going for the fight. Jenkins caught out for the rest of his team, but so is Matt. Matt goes down first. Evil Geniuses lose their support. They're going to lose their top laner as Ricard is outputting the damage. Here's Weaver's Wall, Sure and Fire once more, trying to get onto Deftly, trying to get that damage onto Onda. Does Team Liquid continue the push? They get the W out of Misfortune. They get Onda down, and that's multiple kills going over to Team Liquid. They should earn this dragon.
Yeah, as well as Jenkins pushing mid. He doesn't have to worry about too much as he grabs a plate. Okay, that double up, though. And maybe he does have to worry about a bit as Misfortune is bringing the guns to the fight. Surenfire picks up a blue buff. If he had that shove, it would have been definitely going down as well, but it was on cooldown. And like you said, the Weavers wrong again. I'm eating crow on that one. That EG going for the fight felt strong, but it seems like once the ults were used and they were waiting on cooldowns, Team Liquid has much more of a brawly team to get back.
Yeah, and I don't believe Matt had the stopwatch available at that time. If he did, then he doesn't go down immediately in the fight. He can come back up, provide more distractions for Team Liquid, take some more of their cooldowns before he eventually does go down, and that could be a different fight for EG. It felt like they were in a spot of power where they could actually pull that off. But Deftly's ultimate, it really didn't do too much. It just dissuaded TL, made them disengage, but you really want to be using that when Brandini gets his ult off, when Matt's able to lock somebody down inside of all that damage. So at least Team Liquid doesn't get the dragon for that, and Evil Geniuses can just reset, come back onto the map. Yeah, they're 1,000 gold behind now, but they get to the dragon first, and I don't think Team Liquid's even going to contest it.
It doesn't seem like it. They'll try to get a push onto mid lane. One of the last plates was broken here by Jenkins, but they are still... Oh, no, they're ahead. 23.8 to 22, as I looked at it incorrectly. But Yasui now could get taken down. Throws out his ultimate. Vanguard's edge is going to slow. It's going to mark a few, but now his blade surges are out, so he has to wait for this to come back up. Brandini throws out the ultimate to just kind of deter Team Liquid from engaging onto that anymore, but not good when you start using everything in kind of reactive form, and Team Liquid's the one making the plays.
Yeah, Yasui didn't get locked down enough during that fight. It felt like EG weren't committed to actually blowing up. It seemed like a split call. You know, you see the TP coming in saying, okay, back off, as Matt's going in to lock him down. But now Team Liquid's looking for the play again onto Giyu, taking a lot of damage already in the mid lane. Also, bot side definitely is in trouble as Jenkins and Yasui dive the Lonely Misfortune under turret and get that kill over to Jenkins. Now 2-0-2.
And it's at the point where you kind of breathe a sigh of relief because you're seeing EG live, but you then have to remember how much TL's getting out of this. Dominus was just used by Giyu. Yeah, they didn't take him down, but they get a mid-turret. Pressure cannot be pushed forward by EG as these little fights have instances go in favor of TL. They don't even have to get the kills to keep moving through.
Oh, no. Anda's in trouble. Okay, he's able to dodge away. Oh, but he misses the smite. Churnfire gets the cheeky blue buff steal. Well played.
That was sick. He Weaver's walled across. Obviously, you don't see it too much, but he pinched himself in, so he spawned on the other side.
Wait, did he get the blue? Oh, he actually didn't. No, Andabus has gotten that. Yeah. All right, interesting.
Oh, he got the red.
Churnfire. Oh, that was the red. Ah, right. There we go. There we go. He did get it. Good job, Churnfire. I had the compliment. I redacted it. I'm giving it back.
It's like when you're on that train of thought, you're like, but it can't.
It's like, oh yeah, it's a blue buff, right? That's Telia. She loves blue buff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So 3K gold lead now for TL, and they will be able to start distributing this power a little bit more around the map. 3 Blade of the Rune Kings. If this team ever does Baron, that is dead. That thing is dead.
That's a lot of percentage health damage.
This team just stacking percentage health damage. It's pretty funny.
Ricard didn't get the message. Not actually playing a melee champion, so...
Yeah.
Oh, still only at that 8%. But yeah, the item didn't get nerfed at all for range. It only got buffed for melee, so it makes sense. So Ricard would still want to get that one, but it is interesting to see. Brandini's definitely going to want some some armor here to deal with that, rather than building for that full beef stick health build. They've already gotten the Sunfire Cape completed, but I mean, he's just not dealing with this percentage health damage that Jenkins outputting. That's insane.
And he's got the Phage too to even catch up, keep it coming. Ninja Tabis, so the return fire isn't even that bad for Jenkins. This is the point of the game where I'm kind of saying, like, the winning team has a surplus of items, and it just makes it so hard for Evil Geniuses to be able to do what they should do. I mean, the next thing you'll see is Quicksilver Sashes when you wouldn't expect the other team to have it, right? That's the kind of thing that's a surplus. So already being able to put more stopwatches there for Churnfire as he gets one. Some Dark Seal stacks. Everything's looking pretty great for TL here. And they need to jump a bit in the standings. Again, we talked about how the clump in the middle at 8-6, 7-7 is going to be facing some ties possibly towards the end of the split. And both of these teams face Cloud9 coming up. Evil Geniuses in week 9, day 1, TL day 2. So wins count, very much so, even more than the beginning of the season.
Absolutely, and a win against Evil Geniuses in particular. You tie your record up with them. You tie that head-to-head record with them. Last time Evil Geniuses played Team Liquid, it was in week 5. I believe that was before Churnfire was on the team. So it was a different Team Liquid, or a different look for Team Liquid. But Evil Geniuses...
He was. I didn't mark it correctly. I believe he stepped in week 4.
Oh, okay. It's been a long time. We had that week off, so my whole LCS calendar is completely...
Oh, you're fine, because I also forgot to asterisk mark that he played in that week on the stats, so I don't blame you. All
right. We'll chalk it up to administrative error there. But Team Liquid, either way, they're having a great game here. 5K ahead, or 4.5. And yeah, they can just establish this vision control. The one thing that Evil Geniuses has been doing well is controlling these dragons. They had that one team fight where they felt stronger around that dragon, but this time it's Team Liquid. So Evil Geniuses, yeah, they got those first 2, but the Dragon Soul is the big prize, and it feels like from this point forward, it's going to be so hard to get in there and actually get those dragons.
It is tough. The vision's already set, and this is hooks are just, it's fishing now. I mean, they're even in the river. Kyle feels good ever since they were rotating up from that middle part of the game. And we have another game where a team TL coming back from the break, able to come out surging here. And I think a lot of people wanted to see this as well.
Interesting placement for the Rift Herald there from Schernfire. I think maybe he was looking for it to go bot side, but either way, here's the team fight breaking out. That's the bullet time you're looking for from Deftly. It's so many members of Team Liquid, but it's still Matt that goes down first. It's still Team Liquid able to disengage and get so much damage out there with Rikara. That was the wrench you're looking for as the Callista gets a double kill for the effort, and now Team Liquid can push the mid lane.
That showstopper too. Good lord, the damage coming out of this team of Team Liquid right now as they just flow through EG. Now they're onto the Raptors. Why not just take everything they have, turn them upside down, and grab the lunch money?
And Riv,
way out.
Here's the Baron with triple Blade of the Ruin King. Okay, only double. Jenkins,
those other,
you know.
Oh no, Jenkins.
Come on, we gotta see it. We gotta see it,
fine.
Jenkins. Oh no,
it'd still be
he's
great.
blowing away Ando. That makes sense, you know. He's doing his job.
So it's not going to go down too slow, but it's also going to go down very fast, or too fast, but very fast at the end. How many Rens is in that pin cushion right now? Wait, they want to get in the fight. Schernfire could be going low. Remember, Rikara has his arrows in it, so he can rend. It's usually what takes it anyways at this point in the game. But Evil Geniuses have plotted a plan to take down Team Liquid here at the Baron. A few more shots. The Rens are off of Baron, and Baron is done. Anda coming over the wall as Gyu and definitely try to approach the fight. Kangas, this one could still go on.
Yeah, Jenkins looking for. Oh, Gyu gets on. Takes down Rikara. Now turns on to Jenkins, who's in a 1v2 situation. Has Showstopper up again. He can turn this around. Takes down one. It's just Deftly. I don't know if Jenkins can catch up to him, but the Blade of the Ruin King movement steal, and that's a double kill to Jenkins. 9 members die in that fight, but Team Liquid come out ahead.
Game, set, match, if you will. When only set is alive, that's what you say. 605, 700 gold bounty, and 15 and 6 here. Jenkins is delivering on the set right now, and first item blade, along with the team, they were just there in solidarity saying, hey, we got a 3-blade coupon for the store today. We're going to go into this game and build that, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, that was an incredible fight from Evil Geniuses, trying their best to actually push Team Liquid away from the Baron, but there were a few key things that happened from Team Liquid there. First of all, Jenkins's ultimate came back off of cooldown. That was huge at the end right there, and also Yasui was able to buy some time, kind of push Deftly away from the fight on the bottom half of the map. It was tough to see during that fight, but him keeping Misfortune away from the rest of his team allowed Rikara to stay alive for much longer, allowed Jenkins to stay alive for much longer, and kind of split the fight onto 2 fronts. So Team Liquid, it was close, but they do win that one. Now they can reestablish this vision control around the Baron and go for a second try.
And Rikara coming up huge at the marksman position now for Liquid, doing a great job on the Callista, 6, 1, and 3. And that was Tactical before. With Tactical moving up or playing time on the LCS team, we now get to see how Rikara fares, and it does not seem to be a problem.
He's holding his own right now. 6-1-3 on this Callista. They might have just caught out Anda as well. Death Sentence lands.
Oh.
And that's a kill over to Schernfire. Team Liquid find the jungler from Evil Geniuses. They don't even need to have Jenkins come up here. They can just start this Baron as 4. And yeah, Evil Geniuses, they got to give this one.
Yeah, something you can't have happen, especially this late in the game when you're looking at a Baron fight, is lose your jungler. Moby Boots on that Thresh just means Kyle can come around the corner and find you in a precarious position. 3,500 here, definitely could throw bullet time over. He's trying to get Matt in for a bit of vision, but that vision wears off quickly as it is being thwarted by a pink ward. Anchor toss with depth charge going backwards as Jenkins was about to pinch in for a big fight.
Yeah, I thought the Team Liquid had that, honestly, but they didn't want to commit to it fully. That was a good disengage from Matt. He does have to throw out the depth charge just to keep himself alive, but at least he walks away from that one. Evil Geniuses, though, they just lost everything. They lost their Baron, they're losing their blue buff in multiple camps. They really just have to turtle up and hope for a good team fight. They still have the ability to land some combos. There's the Ord for the engage, and it definitely gets to the right ultimate. Maybe they can actually turn this one around, but it's going to be harder and harder as this gold lead gets bigger and bigger for Team Liquid. Now 8,500 gold ahead, and they've spent all this gold too. It's not like they haven't reset yet. They're ready to duke it out.
It seems like we've been getting this a lot today. I've said it about the teams, but we did see as well an 8,000 gold lead earlier for one of the games. So Man, when the teams that were winning came back to play, it seems like they were ready to play. And sometimes, I don't know if there's a way to kind of like just instill or put a different team in for you. Be like, hey, we need our pinch team this week. We need a week off to just go do things. Like, oh my word, it seems like it worked a little bit here for everyone as they had that week off. And I know I was ready to see some good league play, and it is.
Oh, absolutely it is. And I got a feel for Evil Geniuses. I mean, Giyu's first game on stage, getting, it's not camped, but I mean, losing that 1v1 with such slim margins. One more auto attack, and he could have gotten that first blood.
Yeah.
And then the repeat gank, not just from Surenfire, but Cow as well, getting put so far behind. Still moments of greatness from Giyu during this game. So I think that Evil Geniuses, again, have a lot to work with, but I feel for the player, you know, this is your debut game, and just unfortunate that it had to go this way. But Team Liquid feeling great about their position right now. 7-7 in the standings. Looks to be 8-7 after this one. They just have to close it out here. They have push on mid lane and bot lane and top lane, and Evil Geniuses can't do too much about it.
Yeah, already pinging that bot side. We just saw an arrow ping. I think that's from Jenkins.
Is this it?
Up in the side. Matt could be getting a kill onto one. That's Surenfire going down. That means on the bot side of the map, Jenkins isn't going to have too much help. He's in a 1v1 with Brandini. Matt's now going to go down. However, his Team Liquid trades back, and it doesn't even look like Jenkins was fighting under a turret there, as he was. And they're going to get him back to safety. Oh, the hook! He gets the clip. They're able to hit Giyu, and Giyu cannot dodge this one. Gets the lizard tail in the way, and Cow is coming up big. 12 assists on the day. He's been participating hard in these fights. And EG has a lot of janitorial work to do to get these minions and TL out of the base.
The flash hook thresh play can look real silly if you miss, and it can look real clean if you hit it. That was a clean play from Cow right there. Beautiful to take down Giyu. It nets them this top inhibitor, and the support thresh player coming up huge for Team Liquid right there. Breaking open that top side means that they should have no contest for this next dragon that's coming up. Evil Geniuses will have to answer these supers pushing in, and this gives Team Liquid full control of Summoner's Rift.
Was that Molten Edge now for Defty coming in? So a bit of an upgrade as we do have Brandini now to that level 14. Has himself a Sunfire Cape. And I believe he will have his Abyssal Mask shortly as we see the Catalyst and Negatron Cloak. So a little behind till you see 3 completed items on the other side. You can give Ornn all the money in those stats at level 14, but it does not equal what Jenkins has compared to.
Yeah, he just hits that 14. He doesn't even have a second item to upgrade for himself. Oh, I guess it just automatically upgrades for Deftly. Interesting to note there. So yeah, giving that extra little stats over to him. That's really their only hope right here. Definitely, if you can find that perfect ultimate, you got your double crit items, you got your Infinity Edge completed. Maybe if Team Liquid just kind of funnel into a choke point, take an awkward fight around one of these objectives or pushing in under a turret, that's Evil Genius's way back into the game. But Team Liquid so far have not been overreaching. They haven't been overstepping and going for those plays that are too aggressive.
And it's not even a game about Drakes, actually, as we see Team Liquid take another one. We're like, wait, we're 27 minutes in. We were like 19 minutes when somebody was going for Soul in one of our other games. So Team Liquid really working the map, knowing Baron was a big objective that they could overthrow Evil Geniuses at, and continue to run that playbook for a few times over. We're just sub 30 minutes still. We've seen quite a few of our games end here on the comeback week of week 8 as the teams... It's just so hyped up to play, and it seems like they're just leaving it all on the Rift. Remember, they still got another day. Yeah. That can be scary if a lot of teams are just using it all day one a week.
And Evil Geniuses also have a tough strength of schedule here. They got Team Liquid today, Dignitas tomorrow, and then next week they got Cloud9 and Immortals. So they definitely have some climbing ahead of them to stay relevant here, but there's the hook over the wall. They get the death sentence onto Anda. Oh. He goes up, comes back down, has to flash away. That's not how you want to start the fight for Evil Geniuses, but another death sentence lands on a Brindini. He's able to buffer it, but this should be another inhibitor to Team Liquid.
They're kind of catching Anda over and over. You want to be on the front to deliver somebody a cocoon, but he keeps eating hooks to the face. Got to dodge those if you want to be able to get your team out of the base, along with Team Liquid going down. Bullet time coming across, takes down Surenfire. Yusui's on the right, hasn't joined the fight just yet as he flawless duets one down as Jenkins exits stage right as he heads towards the top side, and that's going to be it for him. As Evil Geniuses bite back a little bit, but they're still losing a bit of their base for each one.
Yeah, they lose the bottom end here, but they do pick up another kill. That's the same combo that worked earlier on Surenfire. So that's 2 of his deaths now. Is just Matt locking him down, definitely bringing the damage. But now with that Zonia's Hourglass completed, it's going to be harder for Evil Geniuses to actually find that play onto Team Liquid anymore. So Fire building correctly, I would say. I mean, if you're the target, if you're the one that's getting caught out, just buy something that will buy time for your team to turn around the play. And that was really the biggest window that Evil Geniuses had. Here we go. Oh, Jenkins can't quite find Giyu. He is able to just walk away casually.
Cow didn't have the flash that time.
He didn't.
Wasn't able to get in range.
But it is Team Liquid.
Oh, there it is. The Mercurial Summit, there it is. The Quicksilver Sash for Rikara. The surplus of items continues. So they can get out of just about it.
But here's a play onto Yasui. Evil Geniuses might want to make it rain. Not actually landing. The good flash from Yasui to dodge out the cocoon. Jenkins joins in with the teleport to try to get onto Brandini, but he does disengage successfully. It's hard for you to actually engage onto an Ornn, but Ornn's Forge God, the Call of the Forge God, will be up in a few seconds' time. Not up in time for them to actually go for the re-engage, though. Oh, here we go.
Matt gets hit up by Fire. Bullet Time coming across the team. Fire goes down again. Deja vu to Bullet Time, but they are going to lose Matt quickly after. Now 1-for-1 for the teams, and it looks like it's going to be Brandini. No, sorry, Giyu falling next as he tries to get into the fight and slice and dice the rest of Team Liquid. Kangas, it looks like Team Liquid has the base. They're on the inhibitors, and the Nexus will follow.
Yet again, Fire didn't actually use his Adias that time, but he's caught out. The rest of the team is enough to take it. Jenkins taking up all this damage. You see, he jumps up to the backline trying to get onto Deathly. Did he overstep? He did. Brandini takes that kill, and Team Liquid botched the turret dive. They were trying to end the game right there, but Evil Geniuses, they fight back.
On the Iron Lung, still find the breath they need and get a little bit of room in their base. So we passed 30 minutes here. We will have a minute and a half coming up for that Ocean Drake. And it does want to be stopped. I mean, I don't know if Evil Geniuses wants to actually go for that fight now or scale up a bit more, depending on how much time they have to scale up. Which is
real hard to leave your base right now.
Yeah, you can't leave your base. Items are being upgraded, and that's really what they're working on at the moment, as we see Anda's Zanya's being upgraded as well. The Black Cleaver here for Giyu, and it's only going to slow down as they come up to level 18. You don't have much more to give.
Yeah, level 16 on Brandini. He's very tanky, can be that front line that they need, but you're looking at Jenkins right now, has the ability to shred through that armor, plus all the percentage health damage that comes through from the entire team. It feels like Brandini is actually getting popped way faster than we usually see Ornns in these team fights, and that's a huge issue for Evil Geniuses in their draft. They were expecting to have this beefy frontliner. So far, it hasn't necessarily been the case.
Oh, the hook now onto Matt. He's going to be able to dredge line out, so he counters the effect of the death sentence, gets himself a bit of distance. And you're right. And looking at what EG drafted first, and it kind of told the story of what they wanted to do. He's like, hey, Ornn Nautilus. We're like, oh, wow, they're engaging. We need to be able to have things that also brawls and fights. So it was almost there for Team Liquid to build the team off of EG's first two picks.
Yeah, and they answered very well with the composition that they got. I mean, Rikara's ability to disengage, plus the Dark Passage from Cow's Thresh. They have these options to just get out of there if they want to, but also these go buttons to go in, and this is the time to go in. They get the Baron. It's okay, a few extra autos than expected. But that's the second Baron over to Team Liquid. This is a huge buff for them. They're already over 10,000 gold ahead. They just got to close this one out.
Your Ching. Definitely good play here. Looks like they'll bring the cavalry in towards the top side as they bolster up with more minions. 20 to 10. 30 kills in a 33-minute game. Will there be a few more here? Fate's Call goes out. Bullet Time across TL. 3 members. Fire goes down again to the Bullet Time. Definitely placing this one perfectly as the team's able to rally the crowd control around Team Liquid. And now Anda follows out onto Cow. He's going to be able to get this kill follow-up. You're going to have speed. What a repel for the Flay. And a quick Q kill coming in. And EG now is putting up huge fights. Even with Baron, that Team Liquid cannot get through the base, and this gets a bit scary.
That was a huge team fight from Evil Geniuses. They layered all their CC onto 3 members of Team Liquid. Jenkins has a lot of armor and ability to survive through that, but Rikara doesn't. Rikara was caught up in all of that knockup, all that CC. They take down the Callista, and this time Yasui wasn't there to jump onto Deftly during that fight. So Evil Geniuses will take the kills, they'll take that gold influx, and also, they're one dragon away from Dragon Soul now. Inhibitors are coming back out, they're right back in the game.
What a switch. And you just said 10,000 gold down, Kangas. Like, that's not what happens when you're 10,000 gold down. Evil Genius is really able to put the wall up in front of Team Liquid. And we'll see if they can do it again. There's healing now. Definitely has the Bloodthirster. He can stay into the fight. He can overheal a little bit for himself. That shield does not immediately wear away, so you don't have to keep hitting stuff. It's Last Whisper for him. So the items they were missing are now coming in. They had a good amount of shutdowns there. They still haven't hit Jenkins yet, though. He's causing a lot of trouble, and we'll see if he can do it again.
It's going to be so much harder for Evil Geniuses to pull off that same play now, though. We got 2 Guardian Angels completed.
It really will.
Sui and Rakara. Plus, also tops that Jenkins, he didn't burn the stopwatch during that last play, so he can stay alive for so long during these team fights with that, plus the Gargoyle Stone Plate. And Team Liquid, yeah, they lost that fight. Yeah, they got a little over-eager, but it's still an uphill battle here for Evil Geniuses.
Right? You do the math as a result of the fight, and they're only 2K closer after an awesome fight like that. So, 4 more fights.
Well, they didn't get the Jenkins kill. That would have been a huge influx of gold if they had gotten him, but he was able to run away from that one.
So true. So true. One hook, Bella's breath goes out. Not going to be fully followed up there by Cow, but they're waiting. They have a few wards there, switching back and forth to see who might have that engaged potential. No minions in mid, no minions up top, and we see mid inhibitor just respawning, which is good for EG.
And Team Liquid actually back off. It seems like they don't actually want to dive Evil Geniuses in their own base. Despite there being no turrets, it's when Team Liquid goes in on Evil Geniuses that Evil Geniuses actually have a better advantage here. Definitely, if you're able to stand far enough back and you still have both summoner spells, the re-engage from Evil Geniuses is huge. So Team Liquid need to be careful of the damage that this Misfortune full build is packing right now. 440 CS has been CSing up a storm. They've just been, every wave that's come in, they've been like, all right, definitely get that gold, get up to full build, and carry this game.
Seriously, and it's been working. If you ever need to just buy time, this is the kind of situation you watch, you know, semi-committing, knowing your boundaries, but also TL definitely tempered in their engages, thinking they're too strong and not going hard enough with their engages. EG's hungry. EG's 8-6. They moved to 9-6. They're feeling even better. TL's the one chasing EG here, so EG's pushing back hard.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses 9-6. Would really differentiate themselves from that clump that they found themselves in earlier in the season. Not the way that you want to do it, you know, being this far behind, but hey, a win is a win is a win, and they will take it any day. Team Liquid seem like they don't know how to close out this game. They're not actually going for any game-ending plays. They're not grouping up trying to find that play, because again, look at their engage options. Maybe Fire, like walls really deep behind, it goes for something. Maybe they catch out Anda.
Right. Almost. That minion wave gives them a place to exit.
Yeah, most of their plays that they were getting before was a death sentence from Cow, landing onto Anda, taking out the Elise right away at the start of the fight, and then getting something else after it. Now that Evil Geniuses are turtling up and not actually leaving their base, giving those options for Team Liquid to find those picks, Team Liquid feel like they don't actually know how to end it, how to find that game-ending play, and they're just allowing more gold to go into this pockets of Evil Geniuses. Eventually, an 8,000 gold lead doesn't mean anything when everybody is full build and Orin has upgraded everybody's items.
That's true. We're getting to that point. Morellos are up. Quite a bit of things. And EG has to know it. You fight with that confidence now. Knowing that even last Baron was not the window of opportunity for Team Liquid means you can go and fight that next Baron. You're not probably going to want to wait for another Baron to come rolling down into your front door. But these fights that TL puts up without Baron are something EG should be able to take as a result of last fight. So that confidence now with EG, it's good to see that they're playing with it and keeping definitely protected as well. You can see that shield built up. He's attacking everything he can. You have a ward for me to keep this shield stacked on? Everything.
Oh, here's the engage.
Gonna keep him there. Oh my word. They absolutely take down Fire. This could absolutely be it, Kangas. Now they're on to Yasui.
No. Evil Geniuses, how are they fighting these fights over and over again? They get Yasui's Guardian Angel. Should be going down here. Yeah, give that gold. Oh, okay, definitely doesn't get it. Gyu gets it. Still not full build, makes sense. And Evil Geniuses, a 2-for-1 at this state of the game. The Dragon's about to spawn. They could probably go get that, get the Dragon Soul, and get the Baron. And suddenly, yeah, you're still 8,000 gold behind. Now it's only 6,000 gold behind. But they might just come back into this game, Riv. This is one of the most insane comebacks I've ever seen.
The triple blade of the Rune King is how is it failing them? I just don't understand. Maybe the blades are being gold. The percentage health damage, always doing damage, and percentages is failing them. Here, they set up a bushwhack, though, towards the top side of the map. EG's coming in. They're going to walk through a pink board. They know it's there. Matt's first. Sweeper's down. Dodges the hook because he just steps back. And EG puts himself in a huge fight with Team Liquid now towards the Baron. Rikara goes down. That's going to be the GA. Matt trying to get to a safe spot. Summoner heal comes out immediately as Jenkins now the one with the GA to be dropped down. There's the showstopper up against the ropes. And from the top rope, coming in is EG to take down Jenkins with a bit of his own medicine. That's a shutdown. That's going to be a lot of the bounty going over to
That was a desperation play from Team Liquid, trying to take the 3v5 team fight when the enemy just got Ocean Soul. I don't think there's a chance you win that unless you land the death sentence onto Deathly and pop the Misfortune immediately. They weren't able to pull that off, and now EG, they got the Dragon Soul, they get the Baron, and Team Liquid are going to have to be on full defense here. They could have just said, okay, just wait out the Baron. They're going to get it. They'll probably get a few turrets, but then we'll just kind of turtle up ourselves and try and make a play later. Instead, they go for the, really low percentage play and get punished for it. Evil Geniuses, I think they're going to win this game, Riv. Look at Deathly, 6 items. Doesn't even need those boots.
Seriously. I'm on board with you there because they're not going for the GAs on Deathly. He's protected on the back side. The GAs that are down for TL matter right now because you're seeing even with them up, EG is coming up ahead in these fights. So the damage is being packed on here. Deathly literally carrying bazookas in each hand, ready to just unload on this Team Liquid.
And this is rough for Surenfire. That's what, 3-4 times he's been the one caught out when EG is looking for their play. You have the Zodia's Hourglass. You got to be real quick on that activation.
It's instant.
Yeah, but time and time again, Evil Geniuses find the Talia, and as soon as that AP threat is gone, they can just run through the rest of Team Liquid's composition. Suddenly, Ornn is a huge tank when you have all this armor that you're packing behind. And even went for the Locket. I love this build here from Brandini. It doesn't give you any HP, so that percentage HP damage that Team Liquid's packing won't do anymore, but you get a huge shield to keep Deathly alive. Deathly is the star of the show for Evil Geniuses right now.
And can that mid play by EG almost scared me quite a bit because running down that mid without TL giving you an option to engage on and no side waves pushed up meant if you lose, they're in the base with minions on the side of Team Liquid. So EG to now push the bot lane, I feel like is a very good thing. It stinks to think, hey, this may take 5 or 10 more minutes to put everything in place, but that's the way to do it. You have the team fight that's beating TL right now.
Look at Jenkins.
Go with them.
Jenkins is going for the top lane backdoor. No, he's just going for a red buff. Okay, interesting to see there.
I mean, you're not wrong. They did ping on it. So yeah, he takes red and then he's gonna head. Oh, he gets seen. See how they react. Maybe they go for a fight. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and solo an inhibitor. We'll take it to the base. Brandini can obviously live for a little bit versus 3 here on the bot side, but it's going to be 4v1. Pulls the horn out. Here comes Anda to the side of the fight. The rest of the team really doesn't have too much to push, but they're going to get here. Kangas, they're going into the fight, and now they're going to engage once again. It's not going to be enough, though. They only get Surenfire. Remember, that's always the one going down as they're able to find him. Inhibitor turret now going down. Kangas, I think they're on to the next turret.
Evil Geniuses is going to mount the most insane comeback that I've ever casted in League of Legends. Riv, they're going for the dive under turret. Here's the misfortune damage, but look at the showstopper from Jenkins. Can they kill Deathly? He goes down. Oh! Take out the 80 carry, and Rikara is still untouched. Jenkins on the front line trying to buy time for Rikara, throwing out those Ren stacks. This is going to be a huge Ren. Oh, didn't do as much as I expected.
They don't have a ton of damage.
They push Evil Geniuses off. That was almost the end of the game, Riv. That was a clutch flank from Jenkins.
Oh my word. Look how deflated the fight became when Deathly was killed. Where'd the damage go? Jenkins took 4 on as he exited the fight. They have to protect Deathly. We were just saying there, it's a shield. Things got a little haywire there, and I think they may have felt like going for broke was the way to do it. TL has been prepared for that.
Honestly, I feel like, definitely the Triforce sounds fun, but maybe you go for a Guardian Angel at this point. Just something to keep yourself alive for a little longer in these team fights. I'd even take a blood. Oh, you already have the Bloodthirst completed. Maybe they don't need it. Maybe they just go on to Jenkins right here. They could re-engage for the fight. Instead, they go on to Yasui, locking down the Aurelia, but the Guardian Angel's back up. Definitely still dead. Evil Genius is taking this fight without their 80 carry. but I don't think they need him. I think they can re-engage. There's a showstopper. Jenkins goes deeper in. Oh, it goes down. A kill goes over to Deathly. That's a 60+ second death timer for Jenkins. What can Evil Geniuses get here?
Oh, I feel like that was one of the look at them three clumped up. I can hit this, but you don't ask if you should hit this. And he showstoppers right into the arms of EG. After so much time, all of your nerves are just on a razor's edge and things like that. You know, you make a play and you're kind of just facing.
Yeah, his Guardian Angel wasn't up yet. It's just coming up now. Ricara's just came up. So Evil Geniuses, they got to end quickly. If Jenkins comes back up, that's going to be 3 Guardian Angels they have to deal with, plus the Zonias of Surenfire, but they're looking for the end Riv.
An anchor toss coming out. Kyle's going to try to get in the front, throw it on the box, throw it on the flay, and will TL be there to play? Bullet time comes across Team Liquid, and Yasui's about to go down. GA could proc. He's got to get back on the fountain to get the heal up as Kyle goes down. That's a kill going in for Deathly. He flashes to safely to pick that one up, and now Surenfire does get that Zonius down, but it's only too little, too late for the team. The Guardian Angels are going to pop up left and right, but the Nexus goes down in favor as Evil Geniuses move to 9 and 6.
Cheeky Evil Geniuses with a plan all along. Just wait till the late game. Where's your gold lead now, Team Liquid? 400 advantage to Evil Geniuses as that game ends. That was a barn burner. After all of these stomps of games, we thought that it was going to be the same.
Told you to be careful about your barns today.
11,000 gold lead. What happened?
I am not quite sure. They had the composition. They had the team. That one fight towards the top side. As soon as you beat a team that has Baron, who's diving your inhibitors, you know there's a chance. And EG held on to that chance for so long. And like you said, definitely take every wave you can. There's one over here. There's one over there. I'm holding this wave for you. He got huge. And it was a big reason that the team was able to provide damage. He died in one of those last fights, and then EG was pushed out. So they played so well to protect him and create a front line that could keep engaging when they were behind.
Team Liquid got onto the Nexus twice that game, and both times it was Jenkins trying to showstopper and going a little bit too far. The first time Yasui joined, it was like, I'm coming too, man. The second time it was just Jenkins, but still both of those over aggressive plays is what allowed Evil Geniuses to come back. And this was the comp that Team Liquid have. They were getting all these advantages from finding these picks onto Onda in the early game, but then it was Surenfire that was getting picked in the late game and allowed Evil Geniuses to come back.
The bullet time kept popping.
It was insane. Yeah, you have the Zodiacs, just spam that, but with all the CC from Nautilus, I don't even know if he had an opportunity to press that button. You're knocked up. You can't use it while you're in the air. So congratulations, Evil Geniuses. That was an insane comeback.
Super awesome day of games. Just to kind of recap, TSM taking their victory. Cloud9 won over 100 Thieves. FlyQuest was able to take down Immortals to move themselves up in the standings. With CLG...
Counter logic, indeed.
Counter logic, indeed. And we just see our game right here of Evil Geniuses with an awesome comeback. This is week 8 of Academy. We're here, we're online, and that is actually going to do it for us here. Kangas, thank you so much for joining me, man. It has been an absolute pleasure. And everybody online, thank you for bearing with all of these changes as we attempt to bring you some more League of Legends action. Let us know how you think we can improve, and we'll always be looking out for that feedback. If you're looking for more League, Dignitas is hosting the finals of their Wash Your Hands tournament, so stay tuned for that. Kangas, I think you might be on it if you have a few more games.
We'll see. We'll see if I have the energy left to do 2 more games of League tonight.
He may be over there, so go check it out. Either way, check it out. It's going to be awesome. So for myself, Kangas, and the entire remote broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more LCS Academy.
Wash your hands.